when you introduce yourself to others, do you ever stop and think about how your introduction is conveying you to others? My guess is that you probably don't. And disabled people shouldn't have to do this either. However, the reality is that because of the labels put upon them by the system, they're introducing themselves becomes difficult because you're almost becoming the label rather than becoming the person that you actually are. Come on and have a look and I'll show you what I mean. This is a copy of my most recent needs assessment from social work. Some of you watching probably haven't seen one of these before, so to put it in simple terms, this document apparently tells the social worker about me, but it doesn't really. I'm going to paraphrase some of this, but I'm sure you'll quickly get the gist. So let's have a look. You'll see it more clearly in the photo that's coming up at the side as I'm speaking. It just gives you an indication of this as an assessment tool. So let's have a look. So it says things like Danielle has quadriplegic cerebral palsy. Danielle is a wheelchair user. Danielle requires a high level of support. That's only 3 examples. And I can't argue with it. I, as Danielle, do need all those things. But what does it tell you about me? It doesn't tell you anything. It tells you labels. And labels are for jars, not people. Another one of my favourites from my needs assessment is that Danielle leads a complicated life. Do I? No, don't. I work. And I would like to go out maybe a couple of times a week or have some time to relax and spend time with family. What's complicated about that? I might need a bit of support to do that. But is it really a complication? It should be celebrated that I'm wanting to be an active part of my community and do the things that everybody else does, not be seen as a complication. As I've already said, none of what I've just said previously said anything about me as a person. The only thing that's indicated in that assessment is how much money I cost the system, or how much money they're going to have to spend to make sure my needs are met. Just for a few minutes, let's turn this on its head. Let's think about how different my assessment would be if it was written a more positive way and introduced me, Danielle, Becca. I'm Danielle and I love dyeing my hair crazy colours and doing crazy things with the designs of it. Just now being an example were black and white with, if you can see at the side, stars. But I'm sharing some other photos as we speak that's illustrating just how crazy I can be with my hair, but that's part of me. Despite the challenges of what cerebral palsy can bring for me, I am the managing director of my own business. I am a champion for speaking up for the rights of disabled people. I'm a daughter, I'm a sister, I'm a colleague, I'm a friend, I'm a girl guiding leader. And one of the many things, regardless of what role I'm fulfilling, is that I want to remove barriers for disabled people. And I do this a lot by sharing my story. And one of the times when I did this, as you'll see, is in Brussels when I attended an international conference about sharing my experiences of being a disabled person and receiving self-directed support in Scotland. So now I've given you two very different approaches to introducing myself better and introducing disabled people as a whole better. Which do you think is the best example? The second one, I hear you say? Of course it is. I know that the video clips and the photos I've used of me dyeing my hair funny colours and of me presenting at conferences can't be used in a written social work assessment. But who decides what format an assessment can take? Why can't these videos and photos be submitted as part of an assessment to get to know the real person and not the labels put on them by the system? We can totally turn this on its head and we can see the person, not the label. Labels are for jars, not for people. Let's start by introducing ourselves better.